Good evening and welcome back to the Hockey Night in Fort St. John edition of Community Roundup, sponsored by Brad's Furniture and Appliances. I'm Jordan Prentice, and tonight I am joined by Huskies assistant coach Brent Morgan. Brent, thank you so much for joining me. The Huskies hit the road to Beaver Lodge last night to take on the Blades. It was a tense nail-biter of a game that saw no scoring until the third period. With about 6 minutes left on the clock, Nick Lowen scored a goal that the Blades responded to minutes later, tying the game, sending it into overtime. Overtime led to a shootout, which the Huskies won, making the final score 2-1, resulting in their 25th consecutive win in a row. Tonight, the Huskies will take on the North Peace Navigators and aim to make it 26. Brent, before we talk about tonight's game and last night's game, 25 wins in a row is an all-time best for the Huskies. How does that feel, not just for the team, but for the coaching staff?
It does feel good. We try not to focus on that. We have goals set out for the boys that we want to see them achieve every practice, every game, and we push them to be better. They keep making those goals, so for us, that's a big win too on its own.
Okay. Last night's game looks like it was a tough one. I believe the shootout was like 10 shots apiece. Yeah. What was that like from your point of view on the bench?
It was, well, not gonna lie, my heart was beating. Nerves were jittery and that, but the boys stayed positive through it all. They were very upbeat all game. Even though we had a goal disallowed in that, they didn't get down. And then we had Daniel Sturgeon in net last night that kept the boys in the game, and he had a huge game last night.
You said there was a goal disallowed. Was that in the shootout or?
No, the start of the second period, we had a goal disallowed, but so did Beaver Lodge. They had a goal disallowed too.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, good to know. I didn't see that on the score sheet after. So the Huskies have yet to be defeated by the North Peace Navigators this season. There's not a lot of teams actually that have defeated the Huskies this season, but what are your thoughts heading into tonight's game?
They're a dangerous team. If we're not careful, they're gonna get a couple on us, and we could be chasing ourselves. So we prepare every game as if we got to play to our best, because we know we're getting the best from every other team, and every team does want to beat us. They do want to break that streak for us. So we got to be prepared for it. Doesn't matter who it is in the league. We're mentally and physically preparing every game for these guys.
Okay, and so tomorrow, after tonight's game, the Huskies will take on the Grand Prairie Wheat Kings. I've heard from quite a few of your players that the Wheat Kings are their rival team. Are you concerned about tomorrow's game, with it being their third in a row, second back-to-back weekend in a row as well?
It is a big challenge for them, but we do always tell them to stay neutral. It's one shift at a time, one shot at a time, one period at a time, one game at a time. So that's all we ask for them. And you know what? They got a good club in Grand Prairie too. So we're going to worry about our game tonight and then get ready for tomorrow's game.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Brent. Crossing my fingers that the Huskies come out of the weekend undefeated. Puck drop for tonight's game is at 8 p.m. here in the North Peace Arena, so there's still lots of time to come on down to the rink, support the Huskies, and get some live local hockey action. I'm Jordan Prentice, and tonight I've been joined by Huskies assistant coach Brent Morgan. You've been watching the Hockey Night in Fort St. John edition of Community Roundup, sponsored by Brad's Furniture and Appliances, and we'll see you next time.